Welcome to TAD, the Autonomous Dealership podcast presented to you by 360 Auto AI.
Today, we're tackling a topic that's, it's constantly evolving, but it's also often shrouded in this thick fog of buzzwords. We're talking about understanding the different flavors of artificial intelligence. You hear terms like machine learning, generative AI, agentic AI, autonomous AI. You get thrown around interchangeably. It can really leave you wondering what really differentiates them.
It does, and clarity often feels, elusive in this space, doesn't it? So many terms floating around.
Exactly.
That's why this kind of comparison is so vital. What's truly fascinating here, I think, is how often these labels are just conflated.
Yeah.
But their capabilities, their implications, they're vastly different.
Right.
Understanding this progression, from basic pattern recognition all the way up to genuine self-direction, it's absolutely key to grasping AI's real-world impact and figuring out where we're actually headed with this tech versus, the hype.
That's spot on. It's easy to get lost in the marketing spin, isn't it? But the underlying mechanics, what the AI actually does, that's what truly matters. So our source for this deep dive is a wonderfully clear, concise PDF. It's called the AI Type Comparison Chart. Really a gem. Breaks down some genuinely complex ideas pretty simply.
It's a good one.
Our mission today, then, is to give you a crystal clear map of this AI world, so you can confidently navigate its rapidly evolving terrain, move beyond the superficial stuff, and truly grasp what each type does, its unique capabilities, and maybe even more importantly, what it doesn't do.
Yeah, understanding the limits is just as crucial.
Absolutely. So we're going to take a structured approach, start with foundations, build up layer by layer, all the way to the most advanced forms. Let's really peel back these layers together.
Sounds good. Where do we start?
Okay, let's unpack this, starting right at the foundation. Machine learning AI. This is really where modern AI began for many, wouldn't you say? The bedrock.
Definitely. It powers so much of what we interact with daily, often without us even noticing.
So at its core, machine learning. It involves systems that basically learn patterns from data. They excel at discerning these complex statistical relationships in massive data sets.
Right, finding the signal in the noise.
Exactly. And then once they've inferred these relationships, they use those learned models to predict future events or classify new information, often with impressive accuracy.
It sounds like magic sometimes, but it's really just incredibly sophisticated statistical inference dynamically applied.
Yeah, dynamic is a good word. Because the defining thing here is that it learns from past data. It gets better.
Demonstrably improves its performance with more and more training examples.
Like a highly intelligent student, maybe? Gets better at spotting patterns the more exercises they do.
That's a decent analogy.
And we see this everywhere. The chart highlights things like predicting customer churn.
Right, whether someone's likely to leave a service.
Or credit card fraud detection systems. Constantly sifting through transactions, looking for odd patterns.
Yep, signals that something might be wrong. Illicit activity.
And of course, the product recommendations.
Yeah.
On Amazon or Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Those suggestions that seem eerily accurate sometimes.
That's all machine learning AI under the hood.
It is. But to put this into the bigger picture, the critical insight here is that ML is fundamentally, it's a reactive pattern recognizer.
Reactive.
It's a highly intelligent statistical engine, yes, but it's not an independent decision maker.
So it finds the pattern, but doesn't decide what to do about it.
Precisely. It's excellent at identifying what might happen or categorizing something based on what it's learned.
Yeah.
But, and this is crucial, it doesn't create new content or take proactive action on its own.
Oh, wait.
That distinction is so important because confusing a prediction with a decision, that's where many AI failures or, misapplications start.
Right. It predicts churn, but it doesn't send the retention email itself.
Exactly. It's foundational, yes, but very specific in its role.
Yeah.
It offers an output for a human or maybe another system to then interpret or act upon. It's confined to its predictive task.
That distinction, prediction versus decision, seems really fundamental. But why is it so hard for ML to actually make a decision? What's the barrier?
It really comes down to intent and agency. A decision implies more, right? It means weighing consequences, understanding context beyond the training data, maybe initiating an action in the real world.
And ML models just don't have that.
They lack that broader understanding, that common sense, or the ability to act on their own. Like you said, it can predict this customer will probably churn, but it can't then decide, okay, let's send them this specific offer via email.
Needs another layer.
Another system.
Or, crucially, a human. The model only operates within the parameters of his data and algorithm. It doesn't reason beyond those patterns.
Okay, so brilliant at pattern recognition, prediction, but still limited. But what if AI could do more than just predict? What if it could actually create something new?
Now we're getting into generative AI.
Exactly. This is where it gets really interesting for a lot of people right now. Generative AI steps in. It's a truly groundbreaking evolution, moving beyond pattern recognition into, well, novel content generation.
Defined by its ability to create new content. And we're talking about like everything here. Text, images, audio, even computer code, video.
All pieced together, almost woven, as you said, from the massive data sets it learned from.
Its magic, if you want to call it that, lies in learning the underlying patterns, the structure of huge data sets. And then it can sort of sample from that learned understanding to create entirely new things.
Right, outputs that are contextually coherent, that resemble the training data, but are technically novel.
It's not just finding existing patterns, it's building something new based on them.
A crucial difference.
And we're seeing this explode, right, all over the place.
Absolutely.
Think about ChatGPT writing a blog post for you, or crafting a story from just a few prompts.
Or Mid-Journey generating a painting, an image from just a text description. Some are stunning.
Totally, even in software development. GitHub Copilot, assisting developers, writing code snippets.
Speeds things up enormously for coders.
These are all prime examples of generative AI's creative power.
They are, but this raises an important question, or maybe a clarification. While it absolutely creates, sometimes with astonishing fidelity, it's still inherently reactive.
Reactive? How so? It feels proactive when it generates an image.
Well, think about it. It only works when prompted. It waits for you to tell it what to generate.
I see. It doesn't just decide to write a novel on its own.
Exactly. It doesn't spontaneously decide to write a symphony or paint a masterpiece. It needs that input. It's an incredibly powerful tool for creation, no doubt. But it remains a tool, in the hands of a user waiting for instructions.
So the creativity isn't conscious.
The deep insight here, I think, is that creativity in this AI context is a function of pattern matching on vast data and sophisticated generation algorithms. It's not conscious intent or independent artistic drive like we think of in humans.
So it's like a highly sophisticated echo of its training data.
That's a good way to put it. An echo, not a mind of its own.
Okay, that's a great distinction. Amazing at crafting content when asked, but waiting for instructions. Does that mean we're still a long way from an AI artist just deciding to create something? Or is that just semantics?
I'd say it's more than semantic. A human artist might be inspired by something, wrestle with their ideas, imbue work with emotion.
Right.
And AI today doesn't have that internal motivation, that personal worldview that compels creation. Its creativity comes from algorithms processing probabilities learned from data.
So if you ask for a sunset, it generates one based on millions of sunset images it's seen.
Exactly. The output can be beautiful, breathtaking even, but the process lacks that self-directed, emotional, intentional spark.
An incredibly intelligent mimic, not a self-actualizing creator.
Well put.
Fascinating. Okay, so brilliant mimicry, incredible generation on command, but still waiting. The real game changer then seems to come when AI starts not just creating, but actively doing things in the world to achieve a goal.
And that brings us neatly to agentic AI.
Exactly. Agentic AI. This feels like another significant leap forward.
It is. It moves beyond just generating stuff when prompted.
Yeah, this is where AI starts to combine reasoning, planning, and importantly, tool use.
Often integrating those powerful generative models we just talked about.
Right, but using them to achieve specific objectives. It's not just waiting for you to tell it what to create, but maybe what to do to accomplish a task.